This is Nostalgia. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to continue our reactions of Game of Thrones, and it has been quite a minute since my last post on Game of Thrones, so I'm so glad to be back. We're in season 2, episode 7 today, and I just learned there's only 10 episodes. Actually, it's the same amount of episodes the last season, but we're getting closer to the end, and it's incredible. It's been an incredible journey, and I cannot wait to see more. So let's get into it. He always does damages, this guy. Like, I haven't seen him doing something useful yet.
Let a cripple escape. The boy can't walk, but somehow he slipped past you.
Yeah.
The giant must have took him.
The giant? Hold on.
Honestly, what a disappointment he is. Like, it's just, I'm so angry at him. He's so lost, like, so lost. And it just makes me upset. Because I would like to make him see that he had a family. He had some people that cared about him. And he really didn't have to do this. He really didn't. I don't know what the hell he's doing. He's gonna pay for this. I know this. Like, Rob is gonna really, like, I don't know what Rob is gonna do. I feel the situation will last a little bit longer. I don't think he's going to take Winterfell so soon. He might be too quick, you know, but maybe by season 3, he's going to take it back, you know. Oh my gosh, he's so, like, upfront. Like, he's a poor virgin. Leave him alone.
What's the matter? Can't be the first time you press your bone against a woman's ass.
Oh my god.
Let's move.
It kind of was, apparently. Presumably.
Why, it is the first time. How old are you, boy?
14.
I'm a man of the Night's Watch.
Man.
You're a boy who's never been with a girl.
Oh my god. You're evil.
Don't your stones start to hurt if you're born forgetful?
Don't call them that.
What stones? Or bones?
Neither. Both. Move!
I heard they get all swollen and bruised if you don't use them.
God.
Course, maybe
She
that's
likes
just what the
him.
lads say when they want me feeling sorry for them. As if I'd feel sorry for them. Would you please shut up? You think you're better than me, Crow?
I have the blood of the first men. My ancestors lived here, same as yours.
So why are you fighting us?
I'm predicting their interactions will be so interesting in the future. First of all, definitely there's going to be a love story. Definitely, like, I feel it. First of all, she likes him. She likes him a lot. I can feel it. I can smell him. But that's why she keeps saying, you can't touch a girl. Like, it's almost like she wants it, you know? Like, she likes him. She likes him. He likes her too. That's the problem. He likes her. He likes her. The way he looks at her, he's tempted. I think he feels that she's a pain in the ass. He probably thinks that, but he definitely likes her. They like each other. That's granted. I see it. The way it's gonna go, probably, yeah, he's going to give in. Obviously, it's gonna go like that. He has to get corrupt a little bit, this guy. He's too stiff. He's too, I don't know. It's like a robot. Like, he repeats phrases. They're almost the same phrases. He needs a little bit of spice in him, you know? He's too stiff. He's too controlled. He needs to let it go, be impulsive a little bit. And honestly, I'm seeing it now because letting her live was a way of impulsivity in a bit. Like, it was an impulsive act because, of course, there's nothing to gain from leaving her alive except that she knows the land very well. But actually, she's more a liability at this point for him. So she could lead him into a trap. You know, she knows the territory better at that point. So, yeah, it's a beautiful interaction. It's interesting. It looks like it's gonna be a love and hate enemies to lovers kind of story. So, which I absolutely adore, by the way. They're my favorite. They're the most interesting. There's more growth in them. So, I definitely love this relationship. So, I can't wait to see what will be happening in the future.
Student of history, are you?
Rhaenys rode Meraxus. Visenya rode Vhagar.
I'm sure I knew that when I was a boy.
Visenya Targaryen was a great warrior. She had a Valyrian steel sword she called Dark Sister.
She's a heroine of yours, I take it. Are most girls more interested in the pretty maidens from the songs? Jonquil, flowers in their hair?
Most girls are idiots.
You remind me of my daughter.
See? I
Where
knew
did
it.
you learn all this stuff about Visenya and her Valyrian steel
Random
sword?
books. Random scrap paper, throw in the
My
garbage.
father.
Oh, that father.
He's a well-read stonemason. Can't say I've ever met a literate stonemason.
Have you met many stonemasons, my lord?
My
Careful now, girl.
we.
I enjoy you, but be careful. Take
She's
that
talking
back to
too
the
much
kitchen.
a little bit. She's talking
Eat
too
what
much.
you want.
That's what he wanted, wasn't it?
Girl. My lord. Low-born girls say my lord, not my lord. If you're going to pose as a commoner, you should do it properly.
Okay, we gotta have a conversation about this interaction because was so interesting to watch this dynamic. First of all, I think for the first time, Arya was a little bit too talkative. She was talking too much. She was revealing too much information, and I think he knew that, and he brought her to that point. That's why he wanted her to eat and engage. He wanted, because he's having suspicions, and I'm sure he knows. I don't know if he knows who she is specifically. She's Stark. Probably doesn't, because it doesn't make any sense. How did she get there? There's probably lies around still that she's in the castle, like it's still where she was initially, with the queen. They're trying to hide the fact that they don't have both girls. They just have one. It's just during the war. So I'm sure that he might think that she's still there, or if she's not there, that it's kind of a long distance. It's a big, long trip, so probably he wouldn't know how she got there. So I don't think he knows that she's a Stark, first of all. I think he knows that she's someone important, on someone that, of course, that she must have a reason to hide who she is, and that she has noble blood. Like, there must be a reason to survive, and probably he thinks that maybe she's belongs to that family, or a family sided with Stark, maybe a northern, like she's from the north. I think she admitted to it that was from the north, but like a commoner, and he probably thinks that she is from the north, but she is somehow related, or fighting for, or families fights for Stark. So yeah, definitely he thinks she is an enemy, or belong to a enemy, but not a Stark. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that he knows? I don't think he knows that she's a Stark. I don't think so. I think he probably has been suspecting that she is not a commoner, and then she is kind of hiding herself because her family betrayed the Lannisters, and they're fighting with the Stark family. Something like that, definitely. Even though the father is no longer in the picture, I mean, the mother, cousins, other family members, you never know. So he probably thinks that. With regards to the My Lord, that was kind of interesting. And I didn't catch that was the phrase that it disturbed him until he pointed that out, because I didn't know the difference of language based on your social background and your class. My lord, I didn't know that, but for some reason when she said it, or that phrase, I kind of changed expression. So I was thinking something that she said might have clicked in him, like something in him might have clicked to say, oh, see, I was right, So this actor is so good. You can actually read the facials, and it's just, they're both amazing. I really love that interaction. Very curious to see what's going to happen next, and that I was right she reminds him of Cersei very much, and I've been saying them from the longest time since they met. And I like that. I like that because she hates Cersei very much, almost as much as Sansa. She hates Cersei, and but on the other hand, Sansa looks more like Cersei, and she looks up to Cersei. Arya doesn't. So I guess that's the big difference in their relationship with Cersei. And Arya, on ironically though, has the strength and the intelligence that Cersei has. So yeah, she's a strong kid. So yeah, definitely, I see a resemblance in character development, in character personality. Actually, definitely, and he sees that, and he feels some protection towards her. He feels like a father figure. Father figure. He hasn't felt a father for a long time, probably.
You were so brave.
Brave? A dog doesn't need courage to chase off rats.
Does it give you joy to scare people?
No, it gives me joy to kill people. Spare me. You can't tell me Lord Eddard Stark of Winterfell never killed a man.
It was his duty. He never liked it.
Is that what he told you? He lied. Killing's the sweetest thing there is.
Really?
Why are you always so hateful?
You'll be glad of the hateful things I do someday when you're queen. And I'm all that stands between you and your beloved king.
The Hound is one of the most appreciated characters in the comment sections. In the comment section, everyone comments on him and kind of swears this character will be the best revelation possible. And the development of this character is one of the best in the show. And I quite believe it, that that's going to happen, because just from these scenes, I can capture there's something more behind that facade, and more you really cannot. You have to read between the lines and what he says. He's not, like he says he enjoys killing. It's not that he enjoys, but that's the habit. What habit brings the fact that he's used in a way. His strength is used for a greater purpose. Serving a spoiled brat in this case. I think he's trying to teach Sansa a little bit about some values. I think in some way he's kind of teaching Sansa how to stay alive, and I find that very fascinating, because he's the last person that I thought would do that to her. I thought Cersei would be the one, be part of a teaching tool for her, and I never expected him to be involved with Sansa at all. I don't think there's going to be any romance between them. I don't know. I don't think so, though. Initially, it gave me these weird vibes, actually. But then I was rewatching their scenes together. I was like, I don't know. I think it's more than that. I think it's more like a protection father figure, like a brother figure almost. But nothing more than that. Do you think the Hound is seeing her as himself when he was a child? Like, defenseless, searching for love, a dreamer. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that he sees himself in her a little bit? Female version? I would like to know that. Let me know.
You're serving some shit.
Oh my
Kings
gosh,
on
she
the
just
king
wants to have
for
sex with him.
No.
She's talking about sex all the time.
No, you serve
My
Mance
God.
Raider, the king beyond
He
the
doesn't
wall.
want it. Don't
chose
corrupt
Mance
him,
Raider
for
to
God's
lead
sake.
off. I could teach you how to do it.
I know how to do it.
He knows how to do it. Okay?
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
In many episodes, I feel they keep repeating this to him, maybe in other ways. Like, not exactly you know nothing, Jon Snow, but like, you don't know anything, or you don't know what you're saying. Like, it's a theme with Jon Snow. Like, they keep telling him, you know nothing, you know nothing, you don't know how to do this, you don't understand, you don't know how he feels, you don't know what you're saying, you're too naive, you don't know anything about life. Like, they make comments like that with him, more so than with others. I don't understand why. I think part of it, as I explained in the previous episode, is because he's quite young, he's naive, he hasn't really, like, he's not a character that you like. Rob right now is involved in a war, right? He's a great soldier, despite being a little bit too childish and all that. He's still involved, and he still wants to take initiative and take revenge for his father's death. But he is more like, I don't know, he's like the honorable one that's thinking, that doesn't act immediately, but he's still thinking, is very thoughtful, very reflective, and thinks that he knows what to do, how to do it. He thinks he knows what's best, what's right, and what's wrong. And then people kind of remind him, you haven't lived, you haven't had the experience yet. And I find that quite fascinating, because it seems like hopefully that by the end of the show he will know something. That's my hope, that at least he will know something at the end.
The Targaryens. I only knew one, my brother, and he would have let 1,000 men rape me if it had got him the crown. The Dothraki. Most of them turned on me the day that Khal Drogo fell from his horse.
Your people are in Westeros.
People in Westeros don't know I'm alive.
They will soon enough.
I mean, we kind of figure it out that Ser Jorah, I think, does have true sentiments for this woman. He does. Come on. It's so obvious that he does have feelings for her. But I think they're so pure. They're not like lustful. Like, they're not like, you know what I mean? They're not like very aggressive, possessive. It's a very platonic kind of love right now. And I hope it will stay that way. It doesn't get to that level. We'll see. But, I feel there is something, from his side. I don't think she feels anything. She feels recognition. She's grateful. She has trust problems right now. She doesn't know who to trust. She feels lost. They took her babies. So, but obviously there is something between them on his part. He has feelings, but it's the most platonic kind of love. And I appreciate that. I appreciate this man so much. He's beautiful. He's a man of honor. He reminds me of Ned Stark a lot, but he's quite smart. He knows he's very strategic. He knows he's very diplomatic man. So definitely he knows how to do a lot of things. He's very good. Would be a good hand to the queen, obviously. It will be a good hand. But but you have to think this. There's a problem here, because he has these feelings he might not see when she's making a mistake, because he puts her on such a high pedestal. And I think maybe that's why it's might not be a good idea that he will be a hand. I don't know if he will ever get to that level, but definitely he will be good at it. But these feelings might get in the way.
I love His Grace with all my heart. That's so very touching to hear. Permit me to share some womanly wisdom with you on this very special day. The more people you love, the weaker you are. You'll do things for them that you know you shouldn't do. You'll act a fool to make them happy, to keep them safe. Love no one but your children. On that front, a mother has no choice. But shouldn't I love Joffrey, Your Grace?
No.
You can try. Little Dove.
The Sansa's inspiration, and also figures like teaching tools in her life were her mother. Right now she's not anymore. And then her. She is like a mother to her. Now, she doesn't like her. I think she hates her. Problem is, she's actually teaching her lessons. And this is number one. And I think those are very valuable lessons. So in one way, she might show some gratitude towards her, maybe in the future, just because remembering many lessons she got from Cersei. And Cersei doesn't have to do any of this, which is quite interesting that she's doing it. She doesn't have to. Who cares, right? But she's teaching her like a few things that are truly valuable, and they're absolutely the truth. She's not lying here. She's very open and she's very transparent, which I appreciate. I think this is the moment that I appreciate the most from Cersei. From all the episodes, the season that we have watched, season 1, never had any moment of empathy towards Cersei. No matter that he slapped her, that one, like, I don't know, I couldn't feel sorry for her. Not even when she was talking about her firstborn, newborn that was he died very young age. 10, 11, I don't remember, but he was very young. Even at that point, I didn't feel anything for her, just because I thought, as I stated, that was not her moment, and she was making it her moment, and I dislike that. I dislike that attitude. I don't like that. But in this part, she was not doing this for her own gain. She was truly doing it for her. This is the first time that I saw a selfless act.
I always hoped he'd be like Jamie. He looks like him.
God, it's disgusting.
In a
Jeez.
certain light.
A certain light.
The boy's more Robert than Jamie.
Robert was a drunken fool, but he didn't enjoy cruelty. Sometimes I wonder
Or did you get it
What?
wrong?
if this is the price for what we've done, for our sins.
Guys, this conversation is crucial in the whole theme of incest. The fact is, Joffrey is the representation, the result of evil. And her relationship with Jamie is pure evil. Incest is considered evil. It's a sin. And of course, not many good things could come out of it. Marcella and of course the other children, she was lucky with that. They're really good children. I don't know if they're gonna stay that way, but of course something like evil calls for more evil, and definitely you would expect something like that to happen, metaphorically speaking, symbolically speaking.
I told you what would happen if you served me loyally. And what would happen if you did not?
What are you doing?
There are
What have you
any of
done?
you who still question whether your new lord means what he says. Here is the answer to your question.
What the fuck is going on? What's in his mind? I can't. He's confusing me. I understand that his history, whatever, but right now this is not a reasonable act. I don't understand what he's doing. He's making things worse for himself. This is gonna end very badly for him. This moment of glory, it's not gonna last very well for him anyway. Overall, this episode was great. Love the interactions. There was a lot of conversations. There's like not really monologues, but like conversations, interactions, so lots of them, lots of talk. And I love the script in this episode. It was gorgeous, beautifully done, so poetic. And yeah, I think this episode had the most highlights for me in terms of speech and words, like really good interactions. Loved it. So we mentioned Sansa and the Hound. There was also Lady Stark had a great moment over there defending Lannister. Cersei and Tyrion, and then Arya. Oh my god, that moment with Arya was amazing. And yes, and of course Jon Snow and Ygritte, something like that. That wildling girl. They had a beautiful interactions too. I think there's one thing that I didn't mention during my viewing of the episode. What's her name? You know, Rob's love interest at the moment, I guess. I don't remember her name anymore. Anyway, I feel she's weakening him a little bit, in the sense that kind of she's being a distractive tool for him. It's like a distractive moment for him. And you know how I felt that when that man wanted to kill the Lannister for killing his son, and he mentioned your son brought a foreigner bitch with him, that woman with him, and basically almost pointing at the fact that he's not doing things that a king would do, or acting like a king, and he's more acting like a boy, and that kind of concerns me a little bit. But besides that, I don't know if she's gonna weaken his claim to the throne in any way, or is acting as a king, because he was making such a great improvements. Because in the beginning, I thought he was just a boy acting like a king, but now I'm truly convinced he is the king, the true king right now. And with our presence, I don't know. I don't know why. There's nothing wrong with it. Kings marry all the time. It's the timing that I think is just not a good timing. And it's just in a bad spot right now. It's in front of everyone in a bad moment. I think if it happened after the war and they met after the war, he was already king in place, no liability, I wouldn't see anything wrong with it because his role was established at that point. But now it's kind of tricky. Everything is kind of shaky right now, and she comes in a moment that's not the most appropriate. And remember also, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's such a good idea right now, but maybe we'll see. Maybe in the future, they will accept her, and he will be able to marry freely, because we know that he's not free. They made promises left and right to have alliances, So we'll see what happens. But I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction of mine. Please keep commenting. I love the feedback, and I love hearing you guys like doing analysis of the characters like I try to do. So I love reading your comments. So please keep them coming, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.